Have you ever wondered what kind of magic goes behind a theatrical fight you may have seen? Whether it was in a play or movie you just saw in theaters, this is all due to the technique called stage combat. It is a specialized technique in theater designed to create the illusion of physical combat without causing harm to the performers. It is employed in live stage plays as well as operatic and ballet productions. The term is also used informally to describe fight choreography for other production media including film and television. It is a common field of study for actors and dancers and is closely related to the practice of stunts. Christina Traister, a professor who teaches this art form at Michigan State University, had this to say.
I am a certified teacher and fight director with an organization called the Society of American Fight Directors, and I've been doing this for 20 years. Stage combat is the recreation of the illusion of violence in live theater, film, or TV.
Realistic fighting can range from using just about any item or weapon one can find. It was interesting hearing from Christina just how many different varieties of stage combat there are.
Unlimited, but there are 8 that our organization actually offers classes in and tests so that you can become recognized and have a skill set in those. And those 8 that we offer are unarmed combat, rapier and dagger, which is a type of sword fighting with a defensive weapon of a dagger. We do broadsword, sword and shield, which is more gladiatorial. We do quarterstaff, which is a 6-foot long either bamboo, rattan, or wood as an oak or hickory staff. We do small sword, which is more of a court sword, kind of restoration style. We do single sword, which is more piratey, swashbuckly, and we also offer classes in knife fighting. And we're now in the process of ordering gun safety classes for use of firearms in TV, film, and theater.
Stage combat may not be for everyone, but it certainly is entertaining to watch. When asked why she enjoys stage combat and enjoys teaching it, Christina had this to say.
Initially, I've been a tomboy my whole entire life, since the time I've been born, basically, and so stage combat just made sense for things I was already doing in my life. I've always been very athletic, and the first time a sword was put in my hand, I was giddy. And I also say that stage combat made me a better actor because it made me a more specific actor. So because you may not run someone through with your sword, and you have to be very specific about your targeting and your intention, that easily translates for me into acting as well. I love it. I think it is amazing. It's a great skill set that gives budding actors more employability. And I think if you can sell a fight with text, it's innately going to get into your DNA and make you a more interesting actor to watch. Plus, I love watching people who've never done anything like this and have them grow in the process of it. And also because I'm tired of seeing people hurt themselves on stage and do stupid stuff that should not be done. So we need more people who are trained in the art form so we don't have actors who are getting hurt.
A major difference that separates fighting for the screen versus fighting for the stage is that in film, sound effects such as punches and kicks are enhanced and added in later rather than being recorded live. This allows for the audience to experience a crisper, sweeter sound while they watch the film. To hear an example of this, listen to this excerpt from Christopher Nolan's summer blockbuster, The Dark Knight Rises.
Let's not stand on ceremony here. Mr. Wayne. Peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you. Fight like a younger man. There's nothing held back. It's admirable, but mistaken.
Now imagine if the director hadn't enhanced the scene with the addition of these sound effects. The scene would certainly lack the realistic feel from the audience's perspective. Christina explains how several techniques utilized in stage combat are actually seen to help you if you're ever encountered with a real fight. I then question what some differences may be between real fighting and theatrical fighting.
Well, what I do is fake. And obviously real fighting is real fighting. The main thing is that we're trying to tell a story with the fight. So I tell people who take my combat class that it's really an acting class. We just get to use really cool props to help tell the story. As well, a real fight is never as long. Well, I shouldn't say never, but 95% of the time it's never as long as a stage fight would be. And there aren't all the cool sounds that you think they're going to be. I mean, for instance, a knife fight is usually probably 1 or 2 moves. But people don't want to pay $150 a ticket to see a fight that is that long, right? So we make it more elaborate. In film, we loop in a lot of sounds that are not real in a fight, because that's what our culture, our American culture is used to, is hearing those sound effects. Yeah, and people don't really fight with swords anymore, so that would be a big difference too.
Christina not only choreographs fight sequences for the stage, but also choreographs educational videos and for television series as well.
So I've actually done training videos for fighting that have been marketed to universities to kind of give people a skill set. I most recently was on set for the History Channel is doing their first episodic series called Viking. So I went over to Ireland this past August and was on set for that, and they threw me on as part of the stunt team to work on the fights that were actually being taught to the actors. So we did a lot of demo film for that. That was immediately being taken up to the producers and the directors to see if the choreography was going in the right vein. The main difference, I would say, between fighting in theater and fighting for film is that you're kind of playing for an audience of one. So you are playing for a lens as opposed to a house of 1,000 people.
Stage combat is not a walk in the park in any means and takes long periods of time to practice and learn. As an audience member, a fight sequence on stage or on screen may last less than 30 seconds, but in reality, it took the actors several days, if not weeks, to learn the choreography and perform it safely.
It's a lot more difficult than it looks. So if you see a really cool sword fight, don't go to a store in the mall and grab a sword off of the wall and go fight your buddies in a park, because someone will get hurt. It's a skill, right? And people who do it train for a very long time and make it look good because they're good actors.
If you're interested in learning more about stage combat, taking lessons, or possibly becoming certified, classes are being offered every fall semester at Michigan State University. Or you can contact Christina directly by emailing her at traimez@msu.edu. Thank you for listening. My name is Adam Sutherland, and a special thanks goes out to Christina Traister for her time and insight into the art of stage combat.